Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Informal bringing you a new podcast. It's been a while, but I have just been busy and there hasn't been a big news in the fashion and also technology sector of the world. But here we are in podcast number 54, the 54th edition of Mr. Informal. Make sure to check out my website at mr.informal.com. That's MrInformal.com. And also follow me at Instagram at Mr. Informal. Yes, make sure to spell it out. MisterInformal. That's Mr. Informal. So, we got 4 topics that I need to talk about, or we can talk about for the 54th edition. That is topic number 1, brands ignoring, or should I say, they don't even care about the factory conditions in an Indian factory. Number 2, Nike gaining profits after Adidas have been bulldozing them. Number 3, Anthropologie selling luxury wellness items. That's going to be interesting. And finally, the 4th topic is Amazon Alexa in your hotel room. Yes, Amazon Alexa in your hotel room. That's going to be interesting, right? And so those are the 4 topics for the 54th edition of the Mr. Informal podcast. I hope you learned something today, and if you do have any comments, let me know. And so let's go ahead and start the Mr. Informal podcast. So, first topic. So I got the article from Quartz. So, a recent report compiled by the Workers' Consortium alleges that workers at a factory employed by H&M, Abercrombie, Benetton, and Columbia are regularly beaten and threatened while on the job. Wow. Here's another thing. On that report, from late March through mid-April of this year, managers at Bangalore factory owned by Shahi Exports brutally repressed attempts by workers to unionize and stifled an increase in the workers' wages. Not only that, Shahi Exports claimed to be India's largest clothing manufacturer. Not only that, they also denied the allegations, calling the investigation one-sided and noting that the police had investigated the situation and found no evidence of wrongdoing. But here's the thing, Workers' Rights Consortium claims, however, that the police were actually present for some of the abuse, so there may be not the most reputable source on this one. Wow. And here's the thing, okay, reading at this report. So, a process that included physical beatings, death threats, gender, caste, and religion-based abuse, threats of mass termination. Are you kidding me? Shahi Exports claim to be the biggest factory in India. And here are the list of brands that use Shahi Exports to manufacture their garments. American Eagle, Gap, H&M, Marks and Spencer, Primark, Puma, PVH Corp, which owns by Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, Uniqlo, VP Corp, they are the owners of Vans, and Walmart. Are you serious? So when are we gonna learn? Seriously, okay, let me backtrack. First and foremost, just so you know, a lot of these brands don't own factories. If they did, and they would get in trouble, but they don't want to own a factory because when things happen like this happens, they don't want to be connected. They don't want to relate to it. They don't want to have to deal with that. So they can make a statement stating that, oh, we don't work with this factory anymore. Oh, we didn't know, and so and so. They can give you multiple reasons, but they know that these things happen. I mean, if you want a lower cost items, these things will happen. Not only that, these people or these workers wants to get a higher wage or get a wage raise, and apparently Shahi Exports, who claim to be the largest clothing manufacturers in India, is not doing all of these things that they're being accused of. But the fact is that it's pretty obvious. I'm gonna side with the workers here because I've seen this happen, I've heard these things happen, and I've been told that these things have happened. If you are the biggest or the largest clothing manufacturer in India and you can't even give the workers a wage raise even every year or even every 6 months, are you kidding me? Not only that, look at the brands that they are dealing with. Gap, American Eagle, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Uniqlo, Benz, Walmart. Are you serious? So when are we going to learn? You know, I hate to say this, but this is the kind of things that is so hard to predict, so hard to terminate. As long as we humans let these things happen, or even, I shouldn't say buy these clothes, or even not inspecting these factories, at least inspect them, or even every year, every 6 months, or whatever, these things will happen. And we are not listening, obviously, as a consumer, because we want lower prices, and obviously we're just ignoring it. We're just assuming everything is fine due to inspections and regulations, but apparently not. And these things will happen. And I'm absolutely disappointed the fact that PVH and Uniqlo are even having to deal with Shahi Exports. You know, India, in a lot of brands don't want to do India. They don't want to manufacture India, because I've been told by a lot of people that India is full of lies. They're not as quality made. They're not as strict, or should I say, you're not disciplined compared to China and any of the Asian countries. And so that's why China is still leading when it comes to manufacturing garments or even apparel. But certainly India has a lot of ways to go, and it's not a good way to go. Hopefully we always have to learn on these things, but it seems like every month, every year, some things like this always happens. And this was ridiculous to me. Okay, physical beatings, death threats, gender, caste, and religion-based abuse. I mean, if I was any of these companies, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna do business with you. So after Adidas basically has increased their profit margins and so also their market share, Nike is on the rise. And so the article is from Bloomberg. After several quarters on the bench, Nike has finally healed the damage inflicted by Adidas. So Nike increased sales in North America for the first time in a year after its smaller European rival Adidas had been outmaneuvering the sneaker giant on its home turf. Nike improved performance sparked by new products and smartphone shopping app unleashed a slew of praise from Wall Street analysts. The stock surged as much as 13% to a record high in Friday trading. A key part of Nike stories falling apart into place with strong return to growth of its largest market. Nike product is making a clear comeback. So Nike stocks rose up 13%. Not only that, they are finally glad that they are making that much And also overall sales were 9.8 billion, surpassing analysts' average estimate of 9.4 billion. And here's the interesting part about this article, okay? So, Nike faced Adidas, which has regained its cachet with consumers and been posting great growth rates in North America for about 20%. That is huge. Adidas basically market share rose up by 20%. You have to remember, okay, Nike's number one. Still, even though the profit gains they had a profit loss, they're still number one. Even if Adidas grew by 20%, Nike's still number one. Even if it rose 30%, Nike's still number one. That's how big of a giant company and also market share it has in the shoe industry. People don't know that. Yes, I know that Nike's doing bad. Oh, stocks is losing, but it's still number one. Now, don't get me wrong. Adidas is really cool right now. It's the cool kid right now. You know, it's the trend right now. Everybody's wearing Adidas. Sooner or later, people go back to Nike. You know, the cycle goes on and on again. Nike, Adidas, Puma. Maybe we can get some New Balance, so-and-so, Saucony, maybe Onitsuka, whatever you want to call it. It goes in a cycle. But now that Nike is regaining profits, trying to make up for its losses, maybe they're going to have something new, maybe something fresh in the market. But in the overall picture, what does this all mean to the consumers? Nothing really. There's really nothing here for the consumers to be worried about. You know, if you like the shoe, you like the shoe. Now, I think it just in terms of overall market share, Nike will have to be worried. Not only that, it just also shows that the consumer is being on the Adidas side because maybe Adidas has better design, have better marketing, have better performance when it comes to wearing it, better technology, maybe they have better marketing schemes. I mean, it could be multiple of things, but at the same time, it just shows that even though you are a giant, even though you're number one, you can still fall off the cliff or fall off the hill at any given moment in time. If you do not make the right move at the right time, then obviously there's going to be competitions out there that's going to take your spot. Take the number one spot, top spot, however you want to call it. And I do believe that Nike will rebound, but I also like the fact that competition is great. Competition has always been great. I'm glad for Adidas to be doing this, and I am on Adidas side right now because I do like their shoes, and Nike is still overselling, over retailing, gauging up their prices for some reason. That's why I don't really buy a lot of Nikes. That's regular price. I like to buy them on sale. So back to the consumers. What does this all mean to you? Nothing really. I'm gonna repeat it again. If you like the shoe, you like the shoe. So on the third topic, Anthropologie selling luxury wellness items in the store. So apparently, I'm on the rack.com website. Title is Anthropologie rolls out a luxury wellness section. The store now sells aromatherapy necklaces and detox teas. So this industry, check this out. According to Global Wellness Institute, wellness is a 3.7 trillion industry when you count up all the money people spend on spa treatment, essential oils, juice cleanses, crystal yoga practices, and all things considered wellness. Unbelievable. $3.7 trillion. Not only that, Anthropologie's philosophy, our customers' approaches, wellness is they made a statement. Anthropologie, our customer approaches wellness in a holistic and individual way and is looking for ideas, products, and solutions that are easy to integrate into her lifestyle. Wellness by Anthropologie is 2 years in the making. The company initially tested the concept, which is also featured on its website at its store in Palo Alto. So, Anthropologie, right? Selling wellness goods. What do I think of this? I think it's a great idea in terms of business prospect. Now, in terms of its current core, I'm not entirely sure, because in this article they also face some backlash based on the consumers, and so it is interesting. I mean, they're getting backfired out a bit. I mean, it says in the article right here, so far it seems Anthropologie is indeed hawking wellness without any skepticism. Promotional signs at the Rockefeller store in New York are telling customers that charcoal cubes it's selling draws impurities from the air, and that a starter set of crystals helps you heal, focus, transmit, and channel your energy. And so I do have a problem with that. If they are marketing something like that, then I am absolutely not okay without any proof of evidence, any data to suggest that, or any visual suggestions or evidence to even show that. Now, it seems like Anthropologie to me is not majorly focusing on their apparel industry. They're more focused on these wellness items. Maybe their designs are not as selling as they used to be. Maybe people are not buying Anthropologie anymore because Anthropologie is expensive. But then again, the economy is growing and it's rising, it's going up. But in terms of its core consumer, I mean, I'm not sure if they'll accept it. I'm not sure if they'll reject this. I mean, I'm not mad because you're adding accessories or maybe home deco, so it's part of that Anthropologie appeal. But at the same time, would you as a consumer buy these from Anthropologie when they are marketing items such as acquiring impurities from air? Come on, really? You don't need to do that. How about let the product speak for itself? It also tells you that Anthropologie wants to find other business prospects, wants to gain profits from other sectors of the fashion or even luxury. I mean, to me, I do like that they are offering lotions, facial hygiene stuff. That's great, because Anthropologie, they sell women clothing, and what goes with women clothing, obviously hygienic items. And so as a business move, this is great. As in marketing, this is bad. As for the core consumer of the Anthropologies, well, I don't think it's good, because when you have something like this, it certainly detracts you, stating that, hey, maybe they're not focusing on clothing anymore as they used to. The last topic of this podcast is actually quite amazing yet creepy. So, same article from rack.com. Amazon's latest Alexa is headed for hotel rooms. Alexa for hospitality will start rolling out at hotels in the country this summer. Hospitality companies that wants to use the technology will only be accepted by invitation. The first brand bringing it into its hotel is the Marriott Group, designating select Marriott, Westin, St. Regis, Aloft, and Autograph hotels to add Alexa. Via Amazon Echo, the first hotel to use the tech will be the Marriott Irvine Spectrum in California and the Charlotte Marriott City Center in North Carolina. So, apparently the Amazon Echo in the hotel rooms will be controlling room temperature, arranging wake-up calls, delivering weather updates, reserving spot treatments, and booking reservations. Not only that, you could also get food, room service, weather requested items you want to clean, you want to call, if you want to have some entertainment, obviously maintenance, and a lot of stuff, I guess. I mean, you may not need to pick up that phone and call. You may just use Alexa and basically request whatever you want. Okay, this is great. This is absolutely great. Great. I wonder how much it will cost to have these. Probably over the millions. Not only that, think of the convenience. You don't have to be on the phone. You don't have to be next to the bed. You can just say, Alexa, room service, or Alexa, clean the room, whatever you want to call it. A request to clean the room. Reserve a cabana onto the pool. Reserve a spot. Maybe get some tickets. Check out, think about. Imagine if Las Vegas had this. Wow. Not only that, I know in this article that the Wynn Hotel also had this. In 2016, the Wynn Hotel Las Vegas put Amazon Echoes in all of its 5,000 hotel rooms, but Amazon Echo was only focused on controlling the room temperature and also moving the drapes. But now you basically have full control of this. Wow, what a time that we live in. Now the creepy part is that Alexa is always listening to you. I mean, obviously you can opt out and shut her off, but it does raise some privacy concern. I think that I would not want a device that always listens. What I want is I can press a button and then that's when the device is listening. Because I mean, I'm always gonna go side with privacy here. It is creepy that it's always listening to me. Not only that, a lot of these Amazon Echoes are sending data to Amazon, and these data is keeping information about its guests and people, and then these people, the hotels or Amazon sells their data to marketing companies, and I'm not okay with that. I'm certainly not okay with that, and so should you. For privacy to survive, we have to always limit these devices who are in our house, who are always listening to us, waiting for our command, and then you don't know where all these data is coming from. And then when you come home and you check your phone, you're kind of wondering where are all these ads and how these ads know what I'm searching for, and I'm not okay with that. I'm always going to go for the manual route if I have to. Just pick up the phone, call them, hey, I want this so and so, and then that's it. Don't get me wrong, this is a great progress when it comes to convenience in hotels and in hospitality. But at the same time, think about these devices eavesdropping on you. I'd be worried. And so that is it for the Mr. Informal 54th edition podcast. I hope you learned something today. I hope I made you open your eyes on something. Or if you have any comments, let me know. Check out the website at mr.informal.com. That's mrinformaln.com. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Informal. That's misterinformal.com. And so I will see you in the next Mr. Informal podcast. Thank you. Bye bye.